तस्यां चक्रुस्पृहां सर्वे ससुरसुरमानवा रूपोदार्य वयोवर्णं महिमा क्षिप्तचेतसा तस्यां unto her chakru did spraham desire survey everyone sa sura asura manava the demigods, demons and the human beings who Audarya by the exquisite beauty and godly features, Vayaha youth, Varna complexion, Mahima glory, Akshipta agitated Chetsa their minds. Because of her, okay, so the 8th shloka says that then there appeared the goddess of fortune Rama. So here Lakshmi ji name was Rama. So actually there are two types of Lakshmi. One is called Krishna, like Preyasi, one is called Sampatti Rupa Lakshmi. So that one is eternal consort of Lord Vishnu. She's always there, and this was the Sampatti Vaibhav of Lakshmi. So that form has come here. Okay, I think you have to mute yourself. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that was the another Lakshmi. Okay, Rama. So here Lakshmi name was Rama. So who is absolutely dedicated to being enjoyed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is from the 8th shloka I'm reading to collect back. So it is said Rama Bhagavat Para. Bhagavat Para, the word is very important, which means that she is absolutely inclined to be possessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavat Para means already dedicated her life for Lord Vishnu. Okay, so Rama Bhagavat Para. She was already having this. One second. So here in the 8th shloka, the word, so the information is that now Lakshmi Devi appeared. So her name is Rama, as I already explained that two type of Lakshmi is there. One is Krishna's, Vishnu's Preyasi, and one is Sampatti Rupa. So here one is eternal consort and one came out of the ocean and I'm going to marry Lord. Okay, so she's a Sampatti means she's the Vaibhav form, Ashwarya or money form like that. So name is here Lakshmi's name is Rama and the word says Rama Bhagavat Para. Bhagavat Para means that who has already dedicated her life for Vishnu or Narayan or Bhagwan. Or Prabhupada translated absolutely inclined to be possessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Already she is having this idea because she is eternal concept. She already had the idea to marry Vishnu only. Ranjanti Dishaha Kantya. All the directions was Ranjanti means illuminating. Everywhere the light is spread. All the direction. Kantya. How? By her luster. Shows so much beauty. Okay. Vidyut Saudamani Yatha. So Vidyut Saudamani Yatha. So there is a mountain called Sudama mountain. It is made of sphatic money. Okay, one gel is called sphatic, so it is made of that. So that is called Saudamani. So this is when the lightning comes in the sky. That time this lightning uh, reflects on this mountain of jewel, Saudamani. It becomes so beautiful, so shining. So the comparison is given from there. Okay, so then there appeared the goddess of fortune, Rama, who is absolutely dedicated to being enjoyed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the name is Rama. The Rama means actually the word Rama meaning is the one who gives pleasure to Vishnu. And why her name is Rama? Because she is giving Anand Raman. Rama actually Rama means who. In Hindi, if you say like Jo Vishnu ko bhi ramati hai, who gives pleasure to Vishnu, that is Rama. Okay, so enjoyed by the who is absolutely dedicated to being enjoyed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She appeared like electricity, surpassing the lightning that might illuminate a marble mountain. So that is Saudamani mountain, Ashpatik mountain. Now, next verse 9 says that because of her exquisite beauty, her bodily features, her youth, her complexion, and her glories, everyone, including the demigods here, everyone, including the demigods, the demons, and the human beings, desired her. Everybody wanted. So they were attracted because she is the source of all opulences. So, purport by Shilpapad. So here it is said that they were attracted because she was the source of all opulences. So I said that this is Sampatti Rupa Lakshmi. So now money you need for all the opulences. So everybody wanted Lakshmi, right? Everybody wants Lakshmi because Lakshmi can bring you all the opulences. Everybody was attracted because she is the source of all opulences. Okay, so that was the thing. So Prabhupada is saying that who in this world does not want to possess wealth, beauty, and the social respectability that come from these opulences? Who don't want? Everybody wants. People generally desire material enjoyment, material opulence, and the association of aristocratic family members. Everybody wants that. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam. Material enjoyment entails money, beauty, and the reputation they bring, which can all be achieved by the mercy of Goddess of Fortune. The Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi, however, never remains alone. Everybody wants Lakshmi. She will not be alone. Okay. As indicated in the previous verse by the word Bhagavat Para. The previous verse is very important, that's why. Previous verse says Bhagavat Para. She is the property of the Supreme Personality Godhead and is enjoyable only by him. So many people may think that Lakshmi is we can enjoy the Lakshmi, but actually that's never going to happen because Lakshmi is only enjoyable by Krishna or Vishnu Narayan. Only Vishnu can possess Lakshmi. Okay. And if someone tries forcefully or somehow here, there, by any human group want to enjoy Lakshmi, they are called Ravana, and Lord Ram kills them. Okay. So if one wants the favor of the goddess of fortune, Mother Lakshmi, so anyway everybody wants mercy from Lakshmi. So what is the idea? How they can get? If one wants the favor of the goddess of fortune, Mother Lakshmi, because she is by nature Bhagavat Para, one must keep her with Narayan. So because she is always Bhagavat Para, she always serves Lord Narayan, she always resides below with Lord Narayan. So if one worships Lord Narayan, then Lakshmi automatically blesses him. Okay, and because she always remains with him only. Okay. So if one wants the favor of Lakshmi ji, Mother Lakshmi, so what they should do? They should keep her with Narayan and worship. Okay. So by nature, Lakshmi ji is Bhagavat Para. One must keep her with Narayan. The devotees who always engage in the service of Narayan, Narayan Parayana, can easily achieve the favor of the goddess of fortune without a doubt. So Lakshmi ji is Bhagavat Parana, and devotees who are worshipping Narayan, they are Narayan Parayana, so they can easily get the mercy of Lakshmi ji. But materialists who try to get the favor of the goddess of fortune only to possess her for personal enjoyment are frustrated. Many people are trying to acquire money and opulences. That means they want to possess Lakshmi, but they don't want to serve Narayan. So those people will never get that thing, and that's why they are always frustrated. So theirs is not a good policy. This is not a good policy that I don't want Narayan, I want only Lakshmi. That's not it. That's a Ravana's policy. Okay. The celebrated demon Ravana, Prabhupada is quoting. Ravana, for example, wanted to deprive Ramchandra of Lakshmi. He wanted that Lakshmi should come to me and Lord Ram should go. Okay. Sita, and thus be victorious. But the result was just the opposite. He planned something. I will take Sita, I will kill Ram. What is this fellow one boy? But what was the result? It was just opposite. Sita, of course, was taken by force by Lord Ramchandra, and Ravana and his entire material empire were vanquished by Lord Ramchandra. So the goddess of fortune is desirable for everyone. Everybody wants, including human beings. But one should understand that the goddess of fortune is the exclusive property of the supreme personality of Godhead. One cannot achieve the mercy of the goddess of fortune unless one prays both to her and to the supreme enjoyer, the personality of God. Everybody wants money, nobody will get it. And if they get it, they will remain frustrated. It will become the cause of their destruction, like Ravana. Ravana, some people are saying, once I also met one fellow in the train. He was saying, why I want to worship Ram or Krishna? I have everything. You see, I have a government job. My brother is doing this. My son is doing this. I am so opulent. Okay, so these kind of people are like Ravana. They say, I have everything. Even Ravana used to say like that. I am controller. I can control Kubera, Indra, that. So what is this? So he captured forcefully Sita. Then what happened? First Hanumanji came, destroyed the whole thing. Then Lord Ram came, killed everybody. Okay, so like that, if we are not understanding the principle, then it will be very difficult for us. So that's why if everybody wants Lakshmi, but how they should, the right method is you serve Lord Ram or Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan. You serve Narayan, then Lakshmi ultimately will bless with all the opulences. Why? Because you are going to use all the opulences in the service of Narayan. So she will give you, because she wants that you should serve Lord Narayan, whatever opulence she wishes. Lakshmi ji wants that we should never use the opulences for our self gratification, right? If we do that, we become, and that's the cause of our frustration and destruction. And logically, if you think using Lakshmi for our satisfaction is like directly great offense to Lord Narayan, because Lord Narayan is the husband of Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is only for the enjoyment of Narayan. She should serve and give pleasure to Narayan, but normal person is thinking Lakshmi should serve me and Lakshmi should be utilized for my pleasure. So that means you're directly offending Mother Lakshmi and Mother and Supreme Father Narayan. It's like directly engaging Mother in our service, for our enjoyment. Mother is for father, not for son. But humans are becoming such offense. This is a great offense. Utilizing money, Lakshmi, for our enjoyment, our success. It's like very bad because she is Mother Lakshmi, and she is so to serve only Narayan. That's why it become cause of our frustration and distraction. Okay, so Shukdev Goswami gave a wonderful, very elaborate explanation about Mother Lakshmi's beauty, right? And about her beauty, worldly features, her youth, her complexion, everything was so glorious. Okay, and she was Bhagavatvara. She is only for pleasure of Lord Narayan. Okay. So everybody, generally everybody wants that Lakshmi's favor should come, Mother Lakshmi should bless us. So that the Prabhupada has recommended nice way. You serve Narayan, Lakshmi ji automatically will bless you. Okay. Now from 10 to 16, the various personalities, because everybody desired now Lakshmi. The various personality will come and give some gift to Lakshmi. तस्या आसन्मानिन्ये महेन्द्रो महद अद्भुतम मूर्तिमत्या सरिश्रेष्ठा हेम कुंभैर्जलम शुचि. तस्या, for her asanam, acidic place, anine, Aninye brought Maha Indraha, the king of heaven, Indra, Mahat glorious, Adbhutam, wonderful, Murti Matya, accepting form, Sarit Sreshta, the best of various sacred waters, Hema, golden Kumbai, with water pots, Jalam, waters cheap. The king of the heaven, Indra, brought a suitable sitting place for the goddess of fortune. He brought a asana, a throne, very nice throne. You sit on this. All the rivers of sacred water, such as the Ganges and Yamuna, personified themselves, and each of them brought pure water, golden water pots for Mother Lakshmi. Pure water they brought in golden water pots for Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. अभिषेचनिका भूमिर अहरत सकलौषधि गावा पंच पवित्राणि वसंतो मधुमाधवो. Okay, so Indra brought throne, personified rivers like Ganga and Yamuna. They brought pure water in golden pots. And now Abhishechanika, paraphernalia required for installing the deity, Bhumi, the land, Aharat, collected. Sakala, all kinds of Ausadi, drugs and herbs. Gavaha, the cows. Pancha, 5 different varieties of products from the cow. Namely, this is all Panchagavya. Milk, yogurt, clarified butter, that is ghee, cow dung and cow urine. These 5 things are called Panchagavya. Krishna likes these 5 things very much. Okay, Pavitrani, uncontaminated. Vasanta, personified is time. Madhu, Madhava, flowers and fruits produced during spring or in the months of Chaitra and Vaishya. The land became a person, Bhumi, and collected all the drugs and herbs needed for installing the deity. So it's not a new thing. You may remember from 4th canto where Bhumi Devi again took a form of a cow and like so here Bhumi Devi became a person and collected all the drugs and herbs needed for installing the deity. The cows delivered 5 products, namely milk, yogurt, ghee, urine, and cow dung. And a spring personified, it collected everything produced in spring. Vasanta, Vasant Ritu, that personified personality of Vasant Ritu, collected everything produced in spring during the month of Chaitra and Vaishak, April and May. Actually, everything has a personality. Like if you see clouds, so there is a personality cloud. So here, like for every month, Chaitra, Vaishak, Shravan, Bhadrapad, Ashwin, Kartik, and Magh, Pos, Falgun. So in this way, all these 12 months, they have a personality behind. For year, there is a personality. For every day, there is a personality. So like that, every season, that's a personified personality is there. So here it is mentioned that Vasantaha and the personified springtime, or the personified the personality of Vasant Ritu. Let's say that. So Panchagavya, the 5 products mentioned here, the 5 products received from the cow, namely yogurt, milk, yogurt, ghee, cow dung, and cow urine. So are required in all ritualistic ceremonies performed according to the Vedic direction. Everywhere this Panchagavya is required. Cow urine and cow dung are uncontaminated, and since even the urine and dung of a cow are important, we can just imagine how important this animal is for civilizations. This animal's urine and cow is so important, Prabhupada. Then think about the milk and the important significance of the animal cow. So cow urine and actually that's why the Vedic principles has to be taken as it is. One should not put their own logic. Because generally, because you may find many conflicting information in Vedic Vedas. But as it is mentioned, you should accept like. For example, Prabhupada says in one place that in Vedic system, it is mentioned that the stool and urine of any animal is untouchable. Okay, so if one touches the stool, one should take bath immediately with the cloths. So even touching own stool is contaminating. That's why the rule is that as soon as after passing school, one should take bath immediately. Okay. That's why you see devotees, they when they go for passing school, they take bath and only come outside the bathroom. Otherwise, everything is getting contaminated, and you cannot use those things. Like after passing school, you cannot go to room, kitchen, bedroom, and nicely sit. Everything get contaminated, and everything is not no more usable for Krishna's service. Okay, so it's the system. Even touching own stool is contaminating. But same Vedic principle says that urine and cow dung of cow, urine and stool of cow is purifying. It's there like that. So you should not bring the logic here. Why this? Why that? Otherwise, you cannot figure out. Okay. Similarly, because if you see, when Lord Krishna, when Putana came, so Putana was killed by Krishna. Actually, Brajavasis thought Putana got killed by her own sins, or maybe because of austerity and nice bhakti of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba. Because of their purity, because of their charity, their pious activities, karma, that protected the child. They did not know Krishna only killed. They think, wow, how Krishna is six, very baby only, how he can kill such a thing. So they gave all the credit to Nanda Baba and Yashoda's austerity and tapasya and all those. And some said even Putana died by her own karma. So such a ghostly personality, very demon attacked Krishna. So they wanted to, because that demon touched Krishna, and so they thought, let us. Krishna needs some purification now. Our baby, for them, is not supreme personality. For him, is their own baby. So they want to protect him from all the sides. They want to purify him. So how they did, first thing to purify Krishna, because he was touched by a demon. The first thing for purify Krishna they did is they brought nice cow urine and gave bath to Krishna with cow urine. Nice, wow! Imagine you taking bath with cow urine. Eh? So Krishna, for even purifying, even why Krishna did some lila to teach us that how much importance is cow for him. That even from cow urine he only takes bath. Okay, so Krishna, they gave bath to Krishna with cow urine, and then after bathing, they need to apply some powder. So when calves are running, that's dust from the feet of calves, which are there in the which they have collected. So that dust, which fly when the calves run, that dust they collected, and that dust they applied for Krishna to purify his. Okay, and then they gave a kavach to Krishna so that he is always protected. What was that kavach? The name of holy name, the kavach of holy name. So different parts of body they applied this, they protected through the holy name. Like Keshavaya Namah. He is only Keshav, but they are saying it will come in 10th canto. They are saying, may Lord Keshava protect our child, and they applied something here. He only is Keshav. But what to do? Krishna want to show that even for my own protection, I need a holy name. So when Krishna's own protection, holy name is protecting Krishna personality, then how cannot holy name protect us? So holy name of Krishna is so powerful. That the significance of holy name Krishna is showing by this pastime, that I am also taking help and protection from holy name. So they are like Keshvai Nama, Madhvai Nama, Govindai Nama, Narayanai Nama, like that. So they did like that. Okay. So you see, the cow urine is so important. So one should accept them. There is another thing that the bones of any animals are contaminating. One should not touch the bones, right? Very, very contaminated thing, bones. Who will touch the bones? Me. That is different than now. Some people are nicely chewing it, sucking it, or whatever. I don't know. But the touching the bones or dead body is contaminating. Some people have no logic actually. Some people they don't use logic, but they use the logic in wrong place. In Vedic system, whatever is written in the Shastra, you should follow it. At some other place, you should use some logic. Now, some people, when they go in crematorium, like somebody, family member died, relative died, when somebody died, they go to that house or crematorium, they go. So, they, after coming from there, they take baths because they think, because we went there, so we must take bath. But these fellow will eat non-veg, chicken, goat, cow, meat. That's also dead body, na? But that they will eat, they will bring it home and they'll eat and they will not take bath. No. Anyway, I was telling about the bones. The bones are untouchable. Okay. But there is one bone of one insect which is used in worship. What is that? Conch, shank. Shank is one bone you can say or an extract of a insect. What is that called? Snail, right? What is it called? It is snail only. Gonga. You know? So it is the shield. It's like bone of that animal. But that thing is used in the worship of Krishna. Without the using Shankar, the worship is not complete. We just see. So Vedic systems are having their rules which are very significant. So by human logic, we may not be able to understand. Okay. So here the point was that you see that cow urine and cow dung are uncontaminated. They are actually purifying. And since even the urine and dung of cow are important, we can just imagine how important the animal is for human civilization. Significance and importance of cow for human civilization. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna directly advocates that Goraksha, the protection of cows. Krishna says you should protect the cow. Okay, the cow protection is a different activity given. Krishi Goraksha Varnijam. For Vaishya community, businessmen, the third community, Vaishya community, one activity is Goraksha, cow protection. Especially cow, not all the animals. Other animals also should be protected, but Krishna used the word Goraksha. That's why everything Govinda, Gopala, Krishna is the protector of cows. Krishna himself is protecting cows, and Krishna is expecting everyone to protect the cows. Gopal, his name is Gopal, who protects the cows. Okay. Gopesh, Gopal, Govind, Go means cow. The civilized men who follow the system of Varnashrama, especially those of the Vaishya class who engage in agriculture and trade, must give protection to the cows. They must protect the cows. If they are in businessmen or like that, they have facility, they should have some cows and protect them. Unfortunately, because people in Kaliuga are manda, that means fool, all bad, and sumandamatya, their intelligence is very slow. Misled by false conceptions of life, they are killing cows in thousands. Now even lakhs cows are getting killed. Therefore, they are unfortunate in spiritual consciousness. And because they are killing the cow, they cannot understand spiritual panda. Because you see, in order to, if you know a little bit agriculture, you will understand that there is a quality in the land also to produce the grain or any plant. है ना? So if sometimes some land is not fertile, how much you put things, it won't grow. So the people who eat cow and kill cow, their heart becomes like that, very hard. There is no fertility capability there. Na? So how much you make them explain them, they will not understand. They will do the same answer. Okay, so they are unfortunate in spiritual consciousness, and nature disturbs them in so many ways. They first of all they cannot understand spiritual things. Second thing, they get so much disturbances from nature, so much reactions. Okay, what is that? Especially through incurable diseases. Many diseases will come, like cancer, and through frequent wars among nations. So when cow killing becomes more, this kind of disease will come, which nobody knows how to solve them, how to cure from. All of a sudden, some disease will come, spread, some mahamari, pandemic, like whatever, epidemic, and wars among nations, world war, or like that will happen. So all those people in those things will die who were involved in this thing. Because many people are doing now on a bulk level, so nature will arrange such a way so that all these things, all those people will get punishment accordingly. This is called mass karma. As long as human society continues to allow cows to be regularly killed in slaughterhouses, there cannot be any question of peace and prosperity. If cow is, actually it is mentioned in Shastra that on the land where cow blood falls, that land will become waste, no fertility, nothing, no grains, very bad. So much problems will be there, natural disaster will be there, epidemics will be there, diseases, so many problems will be, people will remain frustrated, unsatisfied. How no matter how much they are working, how much they are doing effort, they will always remain unsatisfied. But if a person, very simple, poor person, he has little land and one cow, he is serving cow nicely, he will remain satisfied. Okay, text 12. So now Earth gave herbs and cows gave Panchgavya milk, yogurt, ghee, urine, and cow milk. Vasanta, the personality of Vasanta Ritu gave flowers of spring. Now text 12. So to whom they are giving? They are giving to Rama, Lakshmi ji. Okay. Rishyah kalpam chakru abhishekam yatha vidhi jagur bhadrani gandharva natyascha turjagu. Rishya, the great sages, Kalpayam Chakru executed Abhishekam, the Abhishek ceremony, which is required during the installation of the deity. Yatha Vidhi, as directed in the authorized scriptures, Jagu chanted Vedic mantras, Bhadrani, all good fortune, Gandharva, and the inhabitants of Gandharvaloka. Natyaha, the women who were professional dancers. Cha, also Nanatu, very nicely danced on the occasion. Jagu and sang a thrice song prescribed in the Vedas. Okay, translation. The great sages perform the bathing ceremony of the goddess of fortune as directed in the authorized scriptures. The Gandharva chanted all auspicious Vedic mantras. And the professional women dancers very nicely dance and sang a great song prescribed in the Vedas. Mega Mridanga Panavam Urjan Gomukhan Vyena Dayan Shankvenu Vinas Swanan Megha, personified clouds. Mridanga, drums. Pranava, kettle drums. Muraja, another kind of drum. Anaka, another type of drum. Gomukhan, a type of bugle. Vainadayan, vibrator. Shankha, console venu. Flutes, veena. Strings, instrument. Tumula, tumultuous. Niyaswanan, vibration. The clouds in personified form beat various types of drums known as mridangas, pranavas, murajas, and anakas. They also blew conch shells and bugles known as gomukas and played flutes and string instruments. The combined sound of the instrument was tumultuous. Tatobi. Okay, so now the sages gave Abhisheka, Gandharvas gave chanted mantras, personified women, professional women sang and danced for Lakshmi Ji, and the clouds personified personality in the cloud. They were playing drums, conch shell and bugles, mridangas, and all very nice. They were playing. Actually, Indra is very nicely plays mridanga. He's very expert in playing mridanga and music. Okay, and then तथा अभिषिचुः देवीं श्रियं पद्मकरां सतीं दिगिभापूर्णकलशैः सूक्तवाक्यैर्दुजेरितैः तथा thereafter Abhishichuः poured all auspicious water on the body. Devi, the goddess of fortune, Shriyam, very beautiful, Padmakaram, with a lotus in her hand, Satim, she who is most chaste, not anyone but the supreme personality of God. Digiva, the great elephant, Purna Kalasai, by completely full water jugs, Sukta Vakya, with Vedic mantras, Dvija, by Brahmanas, Kiritai, chanted. Thereafter, the great elephants from all the directions carried big water jugs full of Ganges water and bathed by the goddess of fortune, to the accompaniment of Vedic mantras chanted by learned Brahmanas. Okay. Digibha means the great elephants. Okay. So they came from all the directions and they gave bath with Ganges water, and Brahmins chanted Vedic mantra. While thus being bathed, the goddess of fortune maintained her original style with a lotus flower in her hand. This is the style of goddess of fortune, that she carries a lotus flower in her, and she appeared very beautiful. The goddess of fortune is the most chaste, for she does not know anyone but the supreme personality of God. Okay, chaste. So the chastity is like Lakshmi, Mother Sita. Women should be chaste to her husband like that. So they should follow Mother Lakshmi and Mother Sita. Okay, the goddess of Usana, Mother Sita, chastity so powerful. Lakshmi is so powerful. Chastity of the woman is the power of the woman. If chastity she maintains, and she is very pure, she can even burn the people who is disturbing her chastity. By her power of chastity, she can burn. Satyavati, she